Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon back in the flesh for another legendary video. Appreciate you guys coming through and showing your love and support. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, turn on that notifications so you be in the know of whenever or wherever a new video drops for this channel. More importantly, I like to make this your new home when it comes to results, reviews, and chopping up and talking about professional wrestling. More importantly, let's dive into Friday Night SmackDown. We're here for actual review for no other than January 17th, 2025. As we had all the stars out tonight, this actual episode of SmackDown was from my own personal opinion. 3 hours feel like it's dragging just when you comes to just watching SmackDown. You really just be wondering if it's worth it. I prefer 2 hours SmackDown. I feel like the creative is a little bit better on the Blue brand when it comes to writing for 2 hours, but it feels like it's officially the B show. We had a lot on the card tonight. We had Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against Bayley, as Bayley was looking to step up the competition, and Tiffany's first defense is officially in the horizon. More importantly, it was a good match. We had a Solo Sikoa return as they were hyping it up, similar to Roman Reigns with the whole thumbnails and the whole breakdowns and everything else. But the question is, what do you have to say? Pretty much a lot of nothing to say. Then we have the tag team championships on number one contender, Motor Mercedes Machine Guns, Shelley and Chris Sabin taking on Los Garza, or rather what I would call them Los Lotharios, as they had Santos Escobar and Elektra Lopez there with them company as managers. And as well as we have Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, alongside of Naomi, as they had a confrontation and of how things were breaking down with not only Candice LeRae and Nia Jax, but more importantly, the continuation of the tag team division of seeing how things initially was going to break down. But of course, the sub card was subject to change, as many things did shape up when it came to SmackDown tonight. But it was all right for what it was, for my personal opinion. The following last match, we had Big Jimmy Uso, who has really have been one of those good, funny guys you truly can enjoy in the square circle. He knows how to be a comedy act. He knows how to be serious, the whole 9 yards. I'm looking for Jim to just come back being to his own. He needs to start bringing back his own gear, including the throwback hats and all that stuff like that, or the snapbacks, and being into his own so he could get the merchandise up for Big Jim with the no yeets. But more importantly, Carmelo has been hitting nothing but bricks, as he pretty much is in competition against Big Jim. And an overall SmackDown was all right. Was any of the other big stars out? Not necessary, but it was okay for what it was. We kick things off with Wade Barry and Joe Tesoro as they hyped the crowd up to welcome to SmackDown, as things was all into its own to transition to being in the hometown of San Diego, California. We kick things off with Lillian Garcia introducing the WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. He pretty much set things in motion that he is going to be in the run-up and will be into the men's 2025 Royal Rumble. Of course, he was interrupted by Kevin Owens, who had a whole lot to say about the Mysterio lineage and the industry of where he has become or where he has been. It set things apart as we officially have a match scheduled, as Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio made it official for a match later on the showcase. But we had a whole lot take place, as the match officially was okay for what it was. Then we got down to the nitty gritty. We ended up having Bianca Belair and Naomi backstage, as Naomi said there was no leads to what information that happened with Jade Cargill, but it was a breaking news off of Twitter. Jade Cargill put out a simple one. Are you sure? So Naomi, come up to the congregation, come up to the front row, and we gonna need for you to speak up of what's going on in that situation. I think Jay knows exactly who did it. It's either the both of you good ladies when it comes to not only Naomi as well as Bianca Belair, or was Naomi by herself? Because she didn't want to be in the spotlight and she felt like the third wheel. But of course, she was close to Bianca before Jay came back and all stuff like that, and they just became a big threat of being the ESTs of WWE. But more importantly, it was all right segment as Nick Aldis was working overtime and had a whole lot going for himself, but things were really shifting. But we got to see how things continue to step up in the women's division. Then we got ready for the tag team match of Bianca Belair and Naomi as they ended up defeating Nia Jax and Candice LeRae for a lovely full Nelson powerbomb, the combination tag team move to secure the victory over those two ladies. Nia Jax is now on a losing streak, and more importantly, Candice LeRae was the one to take the shoulders to the mat. More importantly, keeping the transition of everything running smoothly when it came to the division. And the tag team division is moving along as Naomi and Bianca Belair gets ready for NXT next week to defend the tag team championships, as they got Last Legend and as well as Takara and the Metaphor. The two half of the Metaphor is going to be looking good. And Carl Jackson, sorry about that. I had to pretty much correct it because I knew exactly who she was. And those four ladies are going to put on a banger on NXT next week. Bayley gets interviewed by Brian Saxton, who's always been an MVP when it comes to interviews. He's always done his thing. Commentary has been all right. Of course, when you hear him on main event, it's comical and collective, but it's all right. It's okay. But in overall, she wanted to know how she feel about things last year, more importantly, where she stands as she's looking to regain gold and so much more. And she's looking to get back on track in tonight's match as she's looking to end Tiffany time early. But we got to see how that unfolded as we go a little bit more into the results. Then as we get to Mi Chen, who spoke to B-Fab about her upcoming match with Piper Niven. Of course, the whole drama unfolding with Chelsea Green trash talking. You got to love Chelsea Green being the MVP of the women's division, being the new women's United States champion. But the promo was good. It was simmered over, and there was a whole lot of nonsense. But at the same time, when it comes to Chelsea, you just got to watch it for a little bit to see what she may do next. But temper tantrums, things set the things in motion for official match as B-Fab was getting ready, and it was an all right match. Then we get to Big Jim. Had a nice little prelude all the way through to the Gorilla, and no yeet as we continue to keep that unfolding, keeping that swinging that thing. But more importantly, I enjoyed the whole progression of how things were transpiring. But we ended up having a no contest as the Bloodline got involved and attacked both of them, and pretty much Hayes ran off afterwards and, of course, tries to partner up with them, but a whole lot broke down. That was the funniest thing ever. Jacob stood there. He was looking pressed, and no other than Carmelo was on the side of him. It was like, yeah, he's trying to put up the one and got clothesline and got decked and got beat down. That was the highlight. I died out laughing when it came to that whole scenario. But afterwards, Sikoa appears for in-ring promo. He gets booed out the arena as much as he possibly can. The crowd was chanting, "You suck," the whole 9 yards. He took his suit off and just walked off. He didn't even say a word. But the man who really confused everybody was Fatu, and Tama Tonga was looking confused. But more than the cherry on top, Jacob Fatu had the mic in hand, and boy, did he spit some gospel. Did he had a whole lot to say. That promo was good. He laid out everything without hurting no feelings. Left nothing unturned. He turned up the heat. He letting everybody know you thought something was going on beforehand. He putting everybody on notice, and everybody's going to get it. And pretty much things broke down from there. We ended up having an LA Knight interruption. He ends up attacking the Bloodline, the new Bloodline, to get into a brawl out, but he's still outnumbered as Jacob Fatu ends up running, steamrolling over LA Knight. But then we got the return of Braun Strowman. The drama continued to heat up for the bloodline. Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu had a face-to-face off. The fans were chanting, "This is awesome," all the way through. It was fully justified to the highest degree. They didn't even touch yet when all that stuff had unfolded and took place. But more importantly, I enjoyed the swing of how things broke down as Tama Tonga grabbed Jacob Fatu's ankle to say, "Keep it calm, cool, and collective." But the match was official for Saturday Night Main Event. Braun Strowman versus the werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Is it going to be good? It better live up to it because they hyping it up like this is going to be Godzilla versus King Kong to the highest degree. And we're going to see a whole lot of momentum and a whole lot of drama unfold. But more importantly, I'm invested to see what Jacob can do with a bigger man like Braun Strowman. But we know his athleticism is unmatched, and we're going to see a good one. Then we get to the number one contenders tag team match as the Motor City Machine Guns defeated Los Garza or Los Lotharios in a lovely match. It was a whole lot of high flying moves set up. Great transitions by the Motor City Machine Guns. More importantly, Los Lotharios did their thing and did the much as they possibly can. Pretty Daily interfered in that whole drama that had unfolded as the tag team division is beefing up on the Blue brand. And of course, they end up costing Los Lotharios the match. But in overall, the tag team was good. Now over to Kevin Owens, who's meeting with Nick Aldis. Aldis wants Owens to sign the contract for the match for Royal Rumble, so he has no hiccups, no excuses, because he's getting both of them to pretty much sign the contracts, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Owens refused to sign the situation. Rhodes signed the contract earlier until which could be later in not earlier, but later in the progress of next week when they brawl out and get things, because every time you have a face-to-face contract, somebody's going through that table, and I know most likely it's going to be Cody Rhodes. Then we get to women's action. Piper Niven with Chelsea Green defeated B-Fab via pinfall with a lovely Nightwing finisher setup. Of course, it was a whole lot of animosity as B-Fab had some help afterwards post-match. Things would continue to shape up as B-Fab had some help from Mi-Chan and a whole lot of more. But Chelsea Green continued to be the MVP. But when we get down to something serious, they talked about it and paid a tribute to Bob Becker, a true legend in the business of the square circle. More importantly, he passed this following week. Condolences to his friends, his family, and his loved ones. But more importantly, what he contributed to the ring was nothing but fantastic when he was in the territories back in those days. And I enjoyed watching him being a true legend in the business. And he should be a Hall of Famer when it comes to WWE. Hopefully WWE steps it up. Hunter, make it official. Then we get to Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. A lot happened. A lot of things took place. Kevin Owens was able to secure the victory over the hometown hero, the 619. His family was there, more so his daughter. And it was a lot that took place. Kevin Owens went to pop-up powerbomb, but he tried to continue to take out Rey Mysterio with the package power driver. Cody came running down. The whole brawl broke out. We had all the officials coming down, including the likes of Sean Daivari, Jason Jordan, and a whole bunch of referees came down to separate them to keep things underway. Nick Aldis revealed to Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens will be forced to give their titles and a contract signing at Saturday night's main event, moderated by Shawn Michaels. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. HBK is coming back to the main event, and we're going to see what he has to say. Hopefully Kevin Owens don't get pushed, or Shawn Michaels may get in a package power driver as well. But we got to tune in to Saturday night's main event. The card is slowly stacking up, And episode 2 of 2025 is going to be looking good. Then, of course, we run into DIY, who runs into Pretty Deadly. They have a conversation, allowing Motor Machine Guns to get the victory. Apollo Crews makes fun of the situation, played out the whole drama, and Pretty Deadly left the situation after Gargano attacks Apollo Crews and told him to keep their names out of their mouth. DIY is playing no games, being the prick heels, but Apollo Crews is going to be coming back for some trouble too. So we got to stay tuned to see what happens on that lovely Friday night SmackDown for that blue brand. Then we get to the main event of the night. It's Tiffany time every time. If you got to love it, you got to enjoy it. She successfully defended her gold against Bayley in a great match with the prettiest moonsault ever. More importantly, she did her thing. She kept us interested, and she closed out the show. We also had Roxanne Perez in the crowd for the 4th time visually on SmackDown, but it looks like she'll be getting her call up pretty soon as she's looking to seize the competition when she's getting ready to face Bayley in a few weeks or days on NXT. More importantly, I give props to Bayley for stepping it up as last week. She was on every single show that you truly can ask for, and Bayley did her thing. Much props to Bayley. You were doing your thing, Miss Bayley. And keep it up. Keep the momentum going in 2025. I look forward to seeing more in the long run. But in overall, it's on when it comes to everything that continues to pick up. SmackDown was okay. It was mid at best. It wasn't great. I feel like 3 hours really just truly be a true drag when it comes to SmackDown, but was it highly invested? From our view, it was all right. But push your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are feeling. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, y'all be safe.